only in America, Rod Vashon Holdings presents Real Talk with my former matchmaker, the real Rick Glaser.
Guys, welcome. Happy Monday to all of you guys. Hope you had a great and productive start to your work week. And guys, we're starting off our work week with one of the hardest working men in boxing today, the real Rick Glaser. Rick, how you doing tonight, sir?
Good, buddy. All's well, Joe. Getting better. Concussion syndromes are lessening, and I'm ready to talk boxing right here.
Well, I tell you what, that is great to hear, brother, because you've been in all of our collective prayers, including my prayer group at Prince of Peace in San Antonio. That's my parish. And I tell you what, I know you're not Catholic, but we all pray to the same God. So
yes, sir.
Helps. And I tell you what, brother, and you know what? I hope all of you guys enjoyed that rare glimpse into the professional and personal life of Rick Glaser. We usually don't do that, but guys, it's important you know the man behind the legend, Rick Glaser. And guys, speaking of legend, it's my pleasure to introduce at this time the boss, G Funky Boxing. G Funky, how you doing, sir?
Hey, sorry for being tardy. Parental duties, but I'm here.
You know what, brother? That's why we love you, man. You're a great husband and an even better father. So I tell you what.
Hold on. You haven't talked to his wife yet. Relax before you say that.
Woo! And Rick Glaser never disappoints, does he? Well, save that sharp tongue, brother, because we're gonna need it coming up. Because
real quick. I'll tell you a story real quick. Nothing to do with boxing. A guy I know his son. The guy invites me over to his son's house last year for a holiday get together, outdoor thing. And the guy's introducing me to his wife. The young man who owns the house introducing me to his wife. He says, "This is my wonderful wife, and these are my two wonderful children." And she says, "And this is my husband, and these are my two wonderful kids."
Oh, shit.
And stared her right in the eye.
Well, it sounds to me like he was sleeping on the couch the last couple of days before they actually said that. And you know what? I'll never understand that. You're the man of the house. Why the hell are you going to sleep on the couch just because she says so?
That's right.
And there it is. And I think and once again, guys, I'm puro Mexicano, but that's not why I'm saying that. Okay. So anyway, Gesundheit, or whatever that is, Rick. And we get a big thank you for the super chat, RZ, and thank you for the well wishes, sir. I hope you're recovering well, Rick. # Glaze.
Thank you. But in the course of recovery, big inflation has struck, and $2 turns into $4 these days.
Oh boy, I tell you what. But you know what? I tell you what, any little bit helps, and we're just thankful that we have our War Week Radio extended family sharing the good tidings in your favor, my friend. So here's we want to give a big shout out to Andre. And he says, "Good evening, gentlemen of the Fistic Game." Good evening to you, sir, and thank you for supporting Big Rick. Also, chilaquiles. That is truth be known, that is my favorite Mexican breakfast dish of all time. Chilaquiles.
Really?
Chilaquiles. Oh, of course, dude. Come on. Corn tortillas instead of flour. I'll take that all day long. He says, "It just got better." I couldn't agree more, sir. Sly, how War Week Radio family? Thank you for joining us, Sly. And he also says, shout out to Slick Rick. Glad you're feeling better, brother, as we all are.
Thank you.
Jojo, Slick Rick. Yes, sir, Outlaw. We're here just for you, my friend. And also, let's go, Mets go. Gabe Lopez, he says, praying for you, my brother Rick.
Thank you.
And Chilaquiles answered you, and he says, yes, how about a 5-spot instead, Big Rick? Salute to you, Chilaquiles. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Now we'll get to buy Rick some chilaquiles. I guarantee you, he has never had any authentic in New York. We're gonna buy him some.
No. I was in San Antonio 2 years ago, and I had some. So that's not true.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I tell you what. And once again, we want to give big shout out to, and thank you, Chili Killers. We appreciate it, my friend. Big shout out to my brother Rodney Green and Rod Vachon Holdings. Thank you for believing in Warwick Radio. Thank you for supporting Rick. And thank you for being a great addition to our boxing team. Boxing. Rod G says, Joseph and Rick, tell me something good. So, dun, dun, dun. It's about that time, Rick. What are the numbers for Fury Ngannou last Saturday?
72,000.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
And that's just in the American market, correct?
Right. Uh-huh.
That is not good. What does that mean then?
Right. I haven't even put them up on Twitter yet. I just got them about 7:15 my time tonight. I haven't put them up yet. What does it mean? It means that you can't do fights in mid-afternoon. And Fury didn't do a lot when he fought Dillian White. That was over here on pay-per-view. He needs an American counterpart. So that's really what it is.
Yep. And look, and so from what I was told initially, over 2 markets, 1.5, that means almost all of it was from the UK faithful. Now, keep in mind,
I would 100%.
So that means, once again, and that's no surprise to me, really, because his series was a huge hit on Netflix in the UK. Didn't do very much in the States now, did it?
I don't know. I don't follow that, to be honest, but I knew about it, but I didn't follow it at all.
And there it is. Well, I don't understand this from our brother Hard Times. He says, Robert has been tearing it up on boxing Twitter. I, for one, think the occasional heated debate is always healthy. I don't know who Robert is. So, so I don't know it. So anyway, here goes, guys. It's time for one of our segments. We're going to bring it back, and we've got a very quick show with Rick. He's only going to be here for the top of the hour, until the top of the hour. So here we go, guys.
Maybe, just maybe, it's time for Rick Glaser's Twitter Watch. Bang!
Thank you, Teddy. I appreciate that intro. And now, Rick, this is, oh boy, brace yourselves, guys. This was just put on X about 5 hours ago per Rick Glaser, the real Rick Glaser 1. He says this, quote, would love to see expressions on fighters' faces when Heyman tells them how little they'll be paid for fights starting next year, as there'll be no guaranteed TV or streaming revenues. And those are the very few that actually get offered fights. You'll see hashtag PBC, hashtag boxing. Now, here's the best part. A response from someone who goes by Schumel says, what kind of stranglehold does he have over them? Because none of them can escape the clutches of Al Heyman. And Rick's politically correct response was this, quote, he's the Jim Jones of boxing, and the fighters are drinking the Kool-Aid. Try following. It's free, informative, and painless, unlike women, end quote. I can't tell you how much was wrong with that, Rick, but we love it. So, what are you talking about there, Rick? What's going on? Because I can tell you firsthand, TMB Promotions are planning our January 27th event already. I'm already starting to get sponsorship. And even at the regional level, right? TMB Promotions, we're planning our January 27th event, right? First event in 2024. That means we're, even at the regional and local levels, we're already planning, scheduling events well within the first quarter of 2024.
Right.
Have you heard anything from PBC?
Nothing at all. They haven't announced anything past December 16th. And we'll see what happens. Right now he's scrambling around for a TV or streaming deal. A TV deal he won't get. He may get a streaming deal, but there'll be no money and there'll be no guarantees. It'll strictly be for pay-per-view distribution and for and marketing. It will have nothing to do with guaranteed revenue. So he'll be on his own to pay the fighters. Now, if he, let's say he goes to Amazon or Netflix, he can use that as a bargaining chip or tool, an advertising barter to go get an investor, which is his what he's did in the past. But his reputation between the 900 million of Whiteout Reed's money that he blew up, going through 11 networks in 8.5 years, none of it's good.
Oh,
none
boy.
of it's good.
Yeah, none of it's good. And look, let me get a correction. Hard Times Boxing. So he's been watching me tangle with certain members of the boxing community, and I use that rather loosely on Twitter, which is the new X. He says, sorry, I meant Joseph. It's been a long day. Yes, it has. And I tell you what, we're just getting started here with our brother Rick Glaser. Also want to give a big shout out to my brother Bruce, Gas Boxing Jazz and More. Guys, ain't no suit gonna make him out to be the bad guy. We love you, Bruce. Much respect. And guys, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to his channel. He does a great job. Great boxing historian. We love you on the show, Bruce. Denise, welcome, Denise. And thank you for supporting Big Rick Glaser and our brother G Funky the Boss. Also, Tyco TV, Big Rick plus Joseph Heron equals fire. And don't forget G Funky. And there it is. Boxing. Rod G says Netflix would be ideal for them. However, the word is out on Heyman. Rick?
Bro. Yeah. It's true. It's true. His reputation in TV land, which is now streaming too. We call it TV land still. That TV industry, his name is mud now. His reputation is horrible.
Oh, geez. Oh, my word. And I tell you what, guys, I've heard the same thing. That's no exaggeration. There are no lies on this channel coming from Rick Glaser. By the way, what did you think of your former boss, the promoter, Don King, and my impression?
Well, I was never his matchmaker. So
okay.
I was his go-to guy. He always had a match. He offered me the matchmaking job. I wouldn't
Eric
take it.
Botcher was his matchmaker for a while.
Correct. Yeah, I never took the job. I just, you know what? Don's a funny guy. If Don's a client of yours, like he wasn't mine, everything's wonderful. But if I work for him, then I get treated like I get treated like gum at the bottom of the shoe. Right. And I don't allow that I won't allow that to happen to myself. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't take that position for just that reason right there.
You know what, Rick? You know what? And if you didn't know it yet, guys, that's living proof right there that he is a brilliant man, because matchmaker is probably not only the hardest job in boxing, but it's also a thankless endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, who gets the blame for a fight that doesn't play out the way it should on paper?
The matchmaker, and when the fight's great, nobody says thanks, Rick. You did a great job.
That's it, guys. True words were never spoken.
I will say, the competitive nature of Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar is different. He does actually say, "Hey, great match you made," or something like that. He will, But as I book fighters for them, I book fights for them, as G Funk knows, and he will say that to me. But as a general rule, they don't. They don't. So it is what it is.
Well, I tell you what, Rick. Speaking of matchmaking, are we going to get an opponent for Floyd Schofield announced soon?
Yeah, I think they are going to. Yes, I think they are.
So you don't have your hand in this one yet?
I did, but the guy that I was putting in got rejected by DAZN because he had a loss in his previous fight. They wanted somebody preferably coming off a win. So that's what happened. So
you know what? Geez. You just you know what? I'm going to say this again. This is why Emanuel Stewart said, you know what, Joseph, resumes, records, and trinkets are for fans, writers, and network executives who don't quite understand what they're looking at in the ring.
Well, you're right. But You know what? I make enough matches. I make it. I do. I make a nice living. One deal doesn't come my way. It's all right. I can live with myself.
And I will say this. Oh, Quatemoc. Thank you, sir. Bruce, please stop illegally streaming fights. The health of boxing depends on it. Couldn't have said it any better myself, sir. Thank you for supporting Rick Glaser on this evening. And also, my brother Big Luke, War a Week Forever. Yep, and I tell you what, Slight Tendencies as the beaten. Thank you for the big super chat. He says, gonna start calling you Mystic Mac, Rick. You're calling these things to a T. Any thoughts on Munguia potentially fighting Canelo? Benavidez versus Boo as well.
Munguia looks like he's fighting what's his
John
name?
Ryder?
Yes. Yep.
Wow. Guys, that's a fight of the year candidate.
Yep.
That is a great fight for his first outing at 168 pounds.
Yep.
Now, G Funky, would you concur, sir?
Oh, absolutely. Ryder is going to come to fight. You know, he might be, kind of small like Canelo. That kind of short, stocky type build for a lot of those guys at 168 pounds. But he's going to come to fight, and we know Munguia is not afraid to let the hands go himself. So definitely going to be a good fight.
Oh, geez. And we get a retort from our brother Bruce. He says, W.A.W, go F yourself. I love it. But guys, in all seriousness, Rodney Green, our resident fight scribe, says this: Rick, Shakur Stevenson just signed an endorsement deal with Reebok. Is this an indication that they may get more involved with boxing?
There's no indication of that except that they are sponsoring a boxer, which I haven't heard them doing in forever. So it could lead to that, yes, but at least it'll be Shakur to start with, and we'll see what happens going forward after that. I don't know, but could be just a one-shot deal where they're putting all their eggs in one basket. Sort of like it would maybe be like what's his name? Bubba Wallace in NASCAR, Air Jordan, Nike, because Michael Jordan is a 50% car owner of Bubba Wallace along with Denny Hamlin. So it might be one of those type deals. Maybe it's not. Maybe they do get more involved in the sport. We'll see.
Well,
it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to get involved with boxing than it is NBA basketball or football. That's for sure.
That is correct. And I tell you what, Shakur Stevenson, you had to like him being on the Jumbotron at Raider Nation in Vegas. That was a nice look for boxing. I tell you what, nice promo as well for his big event coming up on November 16th opposite Edwin De Los Santos. That's coming up on Factor Fiction, which we're going to have to fly through in just 1 second. But guys, when we're talking about top-ranked boxing, I would be remiss if I didn't state happy trails and a pleasant retirement to one of the best guys you'll ever meet in this business. There's only one Lee Samuels. I tell you what, hats off to you, Lee. You've always been one of the most affable men, not only in this business I've ever met, but in life, period. Rick, do you have any words for the gracious Lee Samuels?
Yeah, I mean, great guy. He's a friend of mine. He's a great guy. He's a consummate professional. And if you don't like Lee Samuels, you're the one that's fucked up, not Lee.
I tell you what, you know what? The only thing I was sad is that his friend Ricardo Jimenez didn't get to see this day. Because I tell you what, I miss Ricardo all the time. What a great guy he was as well. God rest your soul, my man. But W.A.W, let me just say, Bruce meant that with jest. He wasn't serious, sir. And Chilaquila says, I think Munguia would do what Canelo couldn't do to Ryder. Just a hunch. Rick, what say you, sir?
I don't know. Ryder's a tough bastard. He won two eliminators. He won two eliminators over Daniel Jacobs and Zach Parker. Then he lost a decision to Canelo in a good fight. I don't see him getting stopped. I mean, could he get cut? Yeah, but I don't see him getting, quote, knocked the fuck out. I just don't see it.
You know what? I second that, my friend. He's a tough customer, and I tell you what, and you'll see that Canelo's performance against John Ryder was very impressive indeed. No one has ever done that to John Ryder over 12 rounds.
Correct.
But guys, it's time for
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for Fact or Fiction.
very quickly. Let's blow through these. Number one, Fact or Fiction, G Funky, the honors, please, sir.
Okay. Let's see. Trainer Don Charles is correct when he states Ngannou wouldn't allow him to smother and lean on him, but I promise you that he'll use that against Usyk and it'll work. Fact or fiction?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's going to smother anybody. I think that Usyk is too smart. And I think he's going to try to step away when Fury does that. But I still, whether they say Fury's got his legs left or not, I think Fury wins a decision in a good spirited fight.
Wow. I'll tell you what, I just hope that it's announced for February. Number two, G Funky.
Johnny Nelson is correct when he states Fury's legs are gone at this juncture of his career.
No, I don't think so. When you're 35 years old, your legs are gone normally because you've been knocked the fuck out a lot, or you've been making weight. He doesn't have to make any weight. There's no strain on him. I don't think his legs are gone. I just think he was in no shape, and because he's so tall and he was in no shape, his balance was off. That's what I think.
I think you're absolutely right, but time reveals all. We shall find out, hopefully in February. Now, number three.
Okay, Fury's brother Shane is correct when he states there were too many yes men in his training camp who were afraid to tell him the reality for fear of losing their jobs. Fact or fiction?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't in the camp. It's a horrible question to ask somebody that wasn't actively involved. But does it sound like it's possible? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Rick, what I thought you were going to say, and I would have bet money on this, I thought you were going to say, what effing camp?
well, yeah. He was only in camp for about 3-4 weeks. He wasn't, and he came in. He had to come in like a fat pig because he still was a fat pig.
Oh, jeez,
he looked like 6'9" pile of dog shit. That's what he looked like.
Right.
Yeah, and there it is. Number four.
Francis
Ngannou would stop F.A. Ajagba within the distance. Fact or fiction?
No. He's not. No way. He can punch. He can punch, but he doesn't. He can't put punches together, and he's not experienced enough to stop an experienced world-class professional fighter. He can put you down with a punch, but the guy's going to get up and fight back, and and he doesn't know how to win close rounds.
Good point.
Oh boy. Yep. You know what? That's a very good observation. You know what? You got some of the best eyes in the biz, my friend. Number five. Here comes G Funky.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. This is gonna have to be my last one. The
gotcha. No problem, brother. No problem.
So, despite popular sentiment from naysayers, Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk will happen in February of 2024.
I'm not saying February, but it'll happen. It'll happen. It'll happen between now and between February, March, April, May, something like that. Withstanding Ramadan and all that, it won't happen during that period of time. But between February, March, April, May, it'll happen.
Well, I can say this after speaking with George Warren. He stated that there will be an official announcement within the next 2 weeks. How do you like that, guys?
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
All right, nice. G Funky, do you have to leave now? Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, like I told you earlier that the kids are bad.
Got it, my friend. I tell you what.
They're sick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, geez. Well, I tell you what. Thank you, and we pray for good health within the Mendoza clan. I tell you what, God bless you, brother, and thank you for being here, my friend.
Thank you, guys. I apologize again, but parental duties, man, that comes first. And I'll be listening in while I'm here with the kids. All right, guys, have a good show. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, my friend. I tell you what, here comes the next one, sir. Raymond Murtaya versus William Zepeda would prove to be a Fight of the Year candidate if made in 2024.
Absolutely. If it gets made, oh God, yes.
Oh my gosh, who would win that fight, sir?
Mutai is a better one-punch knockout guy, but Zepeda throws so many punches. I don't know. It's tough. If it goes a distance, I'd say Zepeda. If it's a knockout, I would say Mutai. But who knows what's going to happen? It's two excellent lightweights that are on the way up.
And there it is. There it is. 2 more minutes with Rick. And then here's Coach James Gogi is correct when he states Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos will bore the pants off of everyone.
100%.
Oh,
the only way Shakur wins is against a puncher like Del Santos is outbox him, and play with him. He's not going to stand there and exchange with a puncher. So Gogi's right.
Oh gosh, I hate it when Gogi's right, and he almost always is right, brother. Just like you. So here's the next one. Dimitri Bevil's camp is full of bull when they state Dave Morrell Jr. was not interested in a matchup for his WBA red belt at 168 pounds. Fact or fiction?
I don't know. I didn't keep up with that whole mess.
Well, I tell you what, we'll find out tomorrow when we speak with Ronnie Shields. Let's move on to the next one.
All right.
Apparently, there's something in the water in Ohio because Jared Anderson is quickly becoming the Adrian Broner of the heavyweight division. Fact or fiction?
Well, it sure looks like that after this announcement today about getting arrested last night. Yeah, I would say so.
Jeez, come on, big baby. Don't be such a big baby. Chingao. Oh, gosh. This is a terrible look for boxing in America. Next one, we've got 2 more left only, Rick. Virgil Ortiz Jr. will not make it to his 154-pound debut on January 6th due to his lingering condition, rhabdomyolysis.
No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Any updates from camp, sir?
He's been cleared, and he'll fight on January 6th and against Frederick Lawson, and it'll be good, all good. He'll fight. He's already been cleared, so I don't think there's any issue.
From your lips to the Lord's ears, my friend. Okay, last one, Rick. Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte on December 2nd will result in a 300% increase in subscriptions within the U.S. market for DAZN. Fact or fiction?
300% is too much. No. It could result in 30 or 40% more, but not 300. 300. Oh my God.
Well,
I don't think they could take 300% leading up to the fight. The electronic equipment won't fucking process it. But yeah, I think if you told me 30% or 35%, I would agree.
Oh, and that's it, guys. You just heard the lightning round of fact or fiction because Big Rick has a business deal to attend to. Rick, your parting shot for everyone this evening.
I wish I could stay longer tonight, but next week we'll make it longer. And my Twitter is @RealRickGlaser1. I'm a verified account. I got about 8,800 followers, and I answer all boxing questions. And I look forward to the show next Monday night.
Thank you, Rick. We appreciate you being here, my friend. God bless you, brother.
Thank you. Thanks for having
me.
Once
again, stay on the mend, my friend.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Well, I tell you what, guys, that was the real Rick Glaser. I tell you what, big round of applause for him. And I tell you what, let's go to I tell you what, Andrew Charles, welcome to the show, sir. He says, Bruce, peace, brother. Yes, sir. Peace be with all of you guys on this beautiful episode of Real Talk with Real Rick Glaser. Wow, 72,000 purchases in the American market. Wow, guys. That means, he needs an American dance partner. And you can't feature a pay-per-view during the day over here. That's just not good. Now, once again, it's different. You can invite a big party. You can start drinking if the pay-per-view is in the evening. Yeah. But guys, let's see. Chilaquiles. Chewed bubblegum. Jeez. Andre says, I got Cepeda. You know what? That's not a bad selection, guys. That's not a bad pick at all. When you consider that Raymond Murataya, very smart fighter, but he's never faced the kind of resistance that he will against William Zepeda. And because William Zepeda, we've seen him hurt in fights before, but he is so well conditioned. Coach Panda has all of his fighters well conditioned, training in the high altitude of Mexico. Silbrian Matias is the exact same way. You see a similarity between the two? Yeah. And he recovers very, very quickly because they're in such great shape. Something tells me that would be a war, and we would see things from both fighters that we've never seen before. Let's hope that both Top Rank and Oscar De La Hoya, Bob Arum and Oscar, well, they continue their working relationship because, guys, I already know this. It will be announced in the first of the year that, yeah, we're going to see Ryan Garcia, should he be successful on December 2nd and continue without injury. Should he be successful, yeah, you're going to hear Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan Garcia announced. That is a super fight, and that is worthy of pay-per-view dollar. Thank you, Top Rank. Thank you, Oscar. I want to give a big shout-out to Gaurav Sharma. Hello, friend. Hello to you. Thank you for supporting Rick Glaser on this day, and my apologies, guys, that Rick had to skedaddle because there's a very, very important deal that he had to make. And we're going to take one more, and then we're going to bid everyone an excellent evening. This is from my brother Outlaw. And he says, it's funny, Ryder fighting Munguia and not Berlanga. That shows you what Fast Eddie thinks of Berlanga's chances. Guys, have you heard anything about Edgar Berlanga fighting anytime soon? I'll wait. No, it doesn't. And yes, that shows you exactly what Fast Eddie thinks of Berlanga's chances. In fact, my guess is the only reason why they signed him, he was trying to come up with easy opposition to keep Canelo at DAZN. Well, that strategy didn't work. But guys, he very well may get that opportunity. And once again, I'm still waiting to receive a call back from Steven Espinoza, so we can talk about, well, why Canelo has 2 TV dates on Paramount Plus in 2024. What happened? Why is Showtime or Paramount or CBS still contractually obligated to fulfill the contract signed with PBC? I'm waiting to hear back. Also, as I understand it, Tank Davis has 2 dates that will be on Paramount Plus, CBS, Showtime in 2024 as well. In fact, I did confirm with a very dear friend of mine who works with PBC as well. He said that one of the Tank Davis events was going to be co-promoted by Top Rank. And guys, make no mistake about it, it's not going to be with Shakur Stevenson. Not on your life. Could it be Emmanuel Navarrete? Could it be Vasyl Lomachenko? My money would be on Vasyl Lomachenko because it definitely isn't going to be opposite Raymond Murataya. You can bet your ass on that. But guys, are you excited to actually see Vasyl Lomachenko and Tank Davis, albeit 5 years too late? Would you be excited about that? Would that be worth your pay-per-view dollar? Something to ponder on. But guys, that's going to just about do it. My apologies in doing the abridged show. I can assure you, though, we will be back next week with a special hour-and-a-half show per Rick Glaser, per G Funky. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And once again, guys, don't forget to tune in tomorrow evening we've got a special 7 o'clock date, Central Standard Time, with our dear friend Ronnie Shields. And he will, I just got off the phone with him before the show, and he will, in fact, address the horrid rumor put out by Dimitri Bivol's camp that David Morrell Jr. wasn't interested in a fight opposite Dimitri Bivol at 168. We'll find out if that is indeed fact or fiction, guys. So please tune in tomorrow. But guys, as always, on behalf of G Funky the Boss, on behalf of the real Rick Glaser, I'm Joseph Herron. You've been listening to War Week Radio. Have a wonderful Monday night, everybody.
Only in America, Rod Vashon Holdings presents Real Talk with my former matchmaker, the real Rick Glaser.